Welcome to another adventure of a lifetime with Deibler Outdoors.
I'm host Steve Deibler. We've got a special treat for you this week. We're going alligator hunting in South Georgia.
Hi folks, I'm Pro Staffer David Simmons with Deibler Outdoors. Thanks for joining us today. Myself, Steve Deibler, Dennis Slough are going to be hunting with our Blade Runner Isoforce bows with Muzzy Gator Getter kits. We're going to be hunting tonight with Russ Carter and Wade Keys from Smokehouse Outfitters.
There's some awesome gator guys, and they can put us on some big gators. Tonight we're hunting the historic Savannah River. Not only does the Savannah River represent a portion of the remaining undisturbed landscape of the Atlantic Upper Coastal Plain, it also supports one of the highest levels of biological diversity in the southeastern United States. The Savannah River is haven for more than 75 rare and endangered species. The abundant diversity of life rivals that found in the South American rainforest.
The Georgia DNR has done a terrific job with the gators in the state. Last year, the DNR issued 500 tags with 300 gators harvested. With a population of 300,000 gators, this leaves a lot of big gators out there, and you need to know where they're at to go get them.
Male alligators can grow up to 16 feet in length, although 13-footers are rare. Large alligators can reach weights of over 800 pounds. Alligators are carnivores and will eat almost anything they can catch.
They're big and have lots of teeth and can hurt if not kill you. We spent the morning of our first day scouting and getting to know the river. These big gators are very territorial and won't go far from where you see them in the daylight.
We found a couple big gators that were laying up on logs, and these are gators that we're going to go after tonight. In Georgia, it's legal to hunt both day and night. While we saw some big gators while scouting in daylight, we're hoping tonight we'll see some bigger gators as they come out to feed.
Well, guys,
there's several ways to hunt alligators. They're all dangerous. Why are they dangerous? Well, because you're hunting a big reptile that's been around for 100 million years. But if you're looking for an adventure, you ought to try it and come with us. Hunting in Georgia is a little bit different than hunting in Florida. It's kind of a float and stalk hunt. What we're doing is spotting them at quite a long distance, and what we do is get upstream of them, then we would cut the motors, then we just drift and float to them.
Seeing gators on the river at night is harder than you would think. Russ and Wade can see these things at 300 yards, and we finally see them at 50.
The guide is looking for the eye diameter, a huge saucer plate with a red glow. He's looking for a gator in the middle of the river. Bigger gators venture out into the river to hunt. Also, the width between the eyes. Bigger gators have eyes several inches apart. Closer still, you can tell how high they are above the water. The most important factor is snout length, the distance between the eyes and snout. If it's 10 inches, it's a 10-foot gator, and that's what we set for a minimum on this hunt.
I think you could kill him right there.
Stay tuned, and we're going to try and find a trophy gator.
You can see.
When we found the first big gator of the hunt, Steve was up first. We motored the boat upstream and killed the motor and drifted back down to him, hoping for a 15-yard or less shot.
15 yards sounds close, but with the huge, heavy, Muzzy Predator arrows used to deliver a Muzzy Gator point, An accurate shot needs to be 12 yards or less. The arrow's length and weight is like shooting a tree limb, as my 50-yard pin for light carbon arrows is now my 10-yard pin for my gator arrow. The muzzy point is attached via a loop knot to 600-pound braided line, which ends at a buoy ball on my stabilizer. This is the Gator kit, compliments of muzzy. When we finally do get to that big gator like mine, at first we couldn't really tell, thought maybe it wasn't big enough, then all of a sudden when you're there, you know this is the gator.
He's gonna be a pretty good alligator. But then again, you know,
A huge red eye gleams in the spotlight. There's a big bull gator in the middle of the river. We motor upstream of the huge floating reptile, cut all the lights and motor, starting another drift. The gator doesn't budge, sizing us up as much as we're sizing him up. At 15 yards, Russ whispers to me, "We want this gator." At 12 yards, he whispers, "Shoot when ready." At 10 yards, I draw my Blade Runner bow. Adrenaline's pumping through my veins. I strain to find my sight. Those hours of practicing in the dark pay off as I shoot. It's a great hit right behind the jowl.
for real life jaws, huh?
I hear you.
A hit is confirmed as the line and buoy ball speed out
Just
into the
keep easing
darkness.
with him, Bernie.
This gator is shot perfect behind the smile and the soft flesh of the jowl.
I'm guessing somewhere in the 10 or 11 foot range. He's a good gator, big gator.
Got the muscle slot in here, and hopefully this harvest will see. How about
Good
that?
deal. Good job, man.
Good shot
All right.
tonight.
What you think about gator?
I
That's
hear
South
you. I
Florida.
like it.
All right, man. Good shot. Yeah, come on. Come on. Bring the paddle in. Okay.
The harpoon is holding well and we catch up to the ball. After a 30-minute fight of give and take, the gator tired
is.
slightly and surfaced.
Hit him, Wade.
The second harpoon, line, and buoy
There you
ball
go.
was launched until the
That's a
reptilian tail.
gigantic gator, my friend.
With 2 lines attached,
Yes, sir.
we're confident the alligator is ours. After another significant 20-minute fight, the gator surfaced again, slamming the boat with his tail, jarring us off balance.
Look what a foot.
Then a huge foot breaks the water surface. Russ's excitement and the sheer size of the reptilian foot and tail indicate that this is no ordinary gator. This one will go 11 feet and has probably been prowling the South Georgia swamps since hatching some 30 to 40 years ago. After tense moments wrestling the gator alongside the tiny aluminum boat, I dispatched him with a 357, rendering him safe enough to tape his jaws shut. I left this up to David.
Folks, they wanted to know if I wanted to take the jaws on this gator. I was a little iffy, but jumped right in and came away with all my fingers.
Exceeding 400 pounds, the alligator is too large and dangerous to bring aboard. So we tie him to the side of the boat and turn upriver for our triumphant return to the dock. You know, if you want to do something that's safe, this probably isn't it. Because when you go alligator hunting at night, it isn't the smartest, safest thing probably to do, but I tell you, it's a lot of fun. It's an adventure. Because when you got 3 or 4 guys in a small john boat at night, and you've got arrows, lines, buoys, harpoons, it can get kind of dangerous out there, especially when you bring that alligator to the boat side. When that big tail's thrashing, it can be dangerous. It can knock you out of the boat, that alligator tail can break your leg, and if that end isn't bad enough, look at the other end. Look at those teeth. Once you get him back to the ramp, one thing you need to do is go ahead and put that tag in. Got to put it within about 6 inches of the tail. It's white tag provided by the DNR. Go ahead and clip that in, and then you can basically say it's your gator. We're here in South Georgia. We just took this 11-foot gator last night, and I want to thank Muzzy Broadheads for their great equipment they got us set up on this hunt. We got their Gator kit, which included the harpoons, the arrows to deliver them, the 600-pound braided nylon cord, the buoy balls, the whole thing comes in a kit, including the bow reel, everything. So if you're interested in doing a gator hunt like this and killing one with the bow, a lot of people say you can't kill them with the bow, but I can tell you right here's proof that you can. We've got one gator down. Stay tuned because we've got 2 more tags to fill.
On the way back out, it was my shot, but Dennis says that he would be happy with an 8-footer. So we decided that, you know, if we find a good 8-footer first, Dennis is up.
Well, we kept floating along, and there it was, an 8-foot gator.
Dennis, this is yours.
And Dennis got up there, made the shot. Wasn't exactly where he wanted to shoot it. He didn't get it in the head. He shot a little far back, but he did put that harpoon in him, and he was on for a fight.
You just hit him back. Yeah, he's hit. Now, I don't know about this hit. It's hit a little back.
And you shoot them far back like that, they got all the power. He might have been only 8 foot, but he fought and fought and fought. And we had another 45-minute fight on our hands.
That's the reason I'm taking it easy on him. I don't want to hoss him. We wear him down sooner or later. Dadgummit. He reversed. Okay, he's coming up, coming up. Come here. Easy, don't hoss him.
Finally, after about a 45-minute fight, it was a tussle. We finally got the gator up by the side of the boat, and Dennis dispatched it like I had mine. Taped him up and brought him in. I tell you what, this was a gorgeous gator.
Okay, I can just here out of the way. Yeah! How about the muzzy point?
Blade Runner Archery does it again.
Yep.
I tell you, when we finally got it beside the boat, this was the most gorgeous alligator I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
My alligator, big and scarred up, kind of gnarly looking, black looking. It's my understanding that the big alligators, when it comes to a tannery, they don't really like those. They like the smaller alligators. You know, 8 foot, 6 foot, that's what they're actually using to make the luggage out of. The boots, the suitcases, because the colorations are incredible. And as you see in Dennis's alligator, the colors are spectacular.
Man, yes, and here's gonna push 8 foot.
I think Dennis is getting actually a full body mount on it, but it was a pretty alligator.
Wait. Everybody okay?
Yep.
All right, we're coming in. All right.
Once we get Dennis's alligator in the boat, it's back to the ramp and go find another gator. David's got the last tag, and he's holding out for a big gator.
Ooh, he's in the snout. Pull out.
Well, friends, as you can see, even the best of us can miss. I put the muzzy point in the wrong place and it pulled out.
That ain't the last.
Russ assures me that this gator will be all right. We're unable to find another gator the size I want to take, so we set up another night to hunt. It'll be 2 weeks before I can come back, and this is okay with me. It gives me 2 more weeks to practice. I'll be back.
All right.
Well, I've got the biggest gator so far. When we come back, let's see if David can top it.
I think we had a real good morning.
Hunting one of my Blade Runner ISO Force bow.
fixing to go whack a gator.
Hey friends, it's 2 weeks later and we're back on the river. I've been practicing hard and I have a meeting with an 11-foot gator that was set up 2 weeks ago. We hit the river at 9:15 and start downstream. We're into gators right off the bat. By 10:30 we've seen 30 gators, but not the one I'm looking for. Then it happens. Russ hits the light and a big red eye glows in the middle of the river. As seen earlier, the big boys go to the middle and the babies stay on the bank, like Dennis's. We line up the boat and kill the motor. We're on the drift. As we close the distance, Russ hits the gator with the light and says we want to take this one. At 20 yards, the gator brisks up in the water to show us his whole body. At 15 yards, Russ gives me the okay to shoot. I draw my Blade Runner bow, and at 10 yards, I touch the trigger on my release. Folks, I think the video speaks for itself. All my practice and a lot of luck pay off. I have my trophy gator.
Boys, that's a dead alligator. He just killed a big alligator with one shot. That is perfect alligator shot placement. That is one shot, one kill. The man has redeemed himself. He's got a fine South Georgia alligator. Man, that's called braining one right there now. He's gonna do, basically this right here is a shot of a lifetime.
It was the best shot I've ever seen on an alligator in my life.
Folks, at this point, I felt like a rooster after spending the night in a hen house. I missed out on the hour fight, but was very happy with the outcome.
Easy. A little bit further back, right where skull meets hide, a little higher up.
We still use the 357 and
right.
take the jaws and feet for safety. If you take a chance with this kind of predator, he can hurt you bad. Now with the gator safely tied and in the boat, we measure this bull at 10 foot 8 inches long, and Russ judges the weight between 300 and 350 pounds.
Glad I could be part of it. Awesome shot.
On the boat ride back to the ramp, Russ explains the reason the gator brisked up in the water was to show his dominance. The bull thought we were another gator. Russ speculates that this gator replaced the bull that Steve took 2 weeks ago as the most dominant in the area. Hey folks, we're here hunting in South Georgia with Smokehouse Outfitters. We just come in off an awesome gator hunt. We put in about 8:45 tonight. It's just now, what, midnight? Nope, it's 11:45. We didn't hunt 3.5 hours. We probably seen 30 gators tonight. I took this 11-footer with my new Blade Runner ISO Force. Most awesome bow on the market.
Raven Pro Media brings your brand to life with professional audio and video media. Does your company need to reach a broader audience? Raven Pro Media brings your brand to life with exciting presentations that take advantage of multimedia's ability to captivate and influence your audience. From voiceovers to documentaries, animation to live action, band recordings to web demos, TV to widescreen, RPM's creative talent makes your media sizzle. RPM delivers the tools and talent you need to add professional audio and video to your marketing mix.
Hey David, another great adventure this week.
Yes, Steve, it truly was. We had a blast on the river on this gator hunt. Some big giant gators. It was 100% fun.
Probably the most important thing hunting this week was we just had some awesome equipment and awesome guys.
Yeah, that's very true. Our Blade Runner Isoforce bows set up with the Muzzy Gator Getter kits just perform flawlessly.
And how about those guys?
Russ Carter and Wade Keys from Smokehouse Outfitters, these guys really know their stuff. They're very knowledgeable in the habits of these alligators.
Hey folks, that's what's most important. When you do a hunt like this at night and you're hunting big, dangerous game, which these alligators are, you need to have the proper equipment and the proper guides.
That's right. If you don't, you're asking for trouble. Pilgrim can go out and try this on his own and may be successful, but he's also setting himself up to get hurt if he's not careful.
And not only getting hurt, you're probably not going to get the biggest gator because these gators are really hard to judge.
That's very true.
I think you're
very
okay
true.
if you just cut
Russ
right
and
into it.
Wade would see gators at distances and say, "There's a good one, boys," and it'd take another 300 yards before we could see him.
Hey, the DNR also does a great job in Georgia managing these alligators.
Yeah, they've got a great program going right now. Their draw system is very fair.
Just remember, without good guides and without a good DNR, you can't have a good gator hunt.
This is very true.
We went 3 for 3, 3 huge gators this week.
Yeah, it was a great time. We were all very lucky in taking our gators as quick as we did. There's a lot of gators left on this river, though.
I got the biggest gator this week, too.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. That's just one of them things we'll have to take care of on our next hunt.
I hear ya. Mine was 11 foot, about 500 pounds. Dennis's is about 8 foot. How big was yours?
Mine was 10 foot 8, weighed 325 pounds.
It was an awesome weekend, and I'm glad we had a great time, and I want to do it again with you next year, and hopefully I'll get the biggest gator.
Well, we'll see about that, but I guarantee you, as soon as I can draw this tag again, I'm going.
That sounds great. Let's do it again.
Most definitely.
We had a great week gator hunting here in South Georgia. Stay tuned next week for another episode of Deibler Outdoors, and we'll put you on a hunt somewhere in North America, and hopefully it'll be as exciting as this week's was.